Technical sales or pre-sales presentations must be the same thing across the globe, right? Wrong. Actually, there are different styles of speeches that are quite effective, but they are effective in certain cultural contexts. That here's what we North Americans are accustomed to. Get to the point quickly and succinctly, and I would say as briefly as you can. So sure, explain the technology, but get to the point quickly. Make sure that you have numbers to back you up. And pound on these points over and over and over again. Simpler is better, it's going to be more memorable, and frankly, it's going to be more effective. Also in North America, you want to keep things conversational. You want to have a dialogue going on with your audience. The more questions, the better, and also, have the audience react to what you're saying. That's very important. That's actually gauging how effective you are. Guess what? In other countries, it can be quite different. Take, for example, France, Europe. They have a different approach where they seek to lay foundations to their arguments. So they may actually spend more time explaining the basics before slowly building toward what they want to explain. It's considered refined, and I certainly saw it during my time working for a French company. It was very clear to me that they felt that it was very necessary to build up to their argument. That intellectual approach will also lead them sometimes to provide counter arguments to their arguments. So from a North American perspective, that's not what we're accustomed to having, but it's actually quite complete and quite convincing. The audience is also going to interact with you and have like a robust debate, so that's perfectly okay. It's a little bit similar as well. When you get to East Asia, rules are changing. So take, for example, Japan. Audiences are not going to be reacting that much. It's actually quite difficult to get them to react. They are mostly going to sit silent and not necessarily tell you even if they don't understand anything. So you need to be attuned to the nonverbal cues that they are going to be giving you, because those are the only cues that you're ever going to get. Also, they will expect you to provide an overview of what you're going to be talking about before you delve on each and every one of these points that you want to present. And then after you're finished presenting point number one, go back to the greater picture, the overall overarching picture of what you're trying to present. Also, according to my experience, you spend a lot more time explaining what is your company and what is your experience in the industry. The Japanese clients, but the Asian clients in general, want to know who you are and what is your background, because they're trying to determine whether they can trust you or not. In the US, you try not to spend too much time there because you're like, okay, that's not what is interesting to you. What is interesting is me solving your problem. But in the case of East Asian companies, they definitely are expecting you to spend quite some time explaining what is your company and why do you think that you can help them. Also, after the presentation is done, don't underestimate the importance of the sidebar conversations with any East Asian companies, because guess what? They are also trying to build some trust with you, and that's often their way of doing it. It's less the case in Japan, according to my experience, but in South Korea or China, for example, it's extremely important. It's like in North America, success stories are pretty much welcome and even mandatory in East Asia, maybe even more important, in fact, because people there want to determine whether they can do business with you, whether you can be trusted. And by giving examples of how your technology has resolved problems elsewhere, they're thinking, well, maybe that it can help me as well.